Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. I'm Jacob, and in this video, I'm going to share my cryptocurrency portfolio. And man, it has been pretty bad over the past month. And as much as it pains me to look at these numbers, I am all about transparency. I think it's incredibly important in the crypto industry. I think a lot of influencers in the crypto space really love to share their gains, but they never really like to talk about their losses. And because it's been pretty eventful recently, I want to share some news from the crypto space in the recent month. But just to get it out of the way, here is my portfolio. It's looking pretty bad. We're down about 74%. The current value is sitting just above $1,200 with an initial investment of just shy of $4,800. My biggest holding is in the USDC stablecoin. This is mainly just so I can have some non-volatile cash on hand and de-risk my portfolio a little bit. My second biggest holding comes from Reaper Farm. And what I'm doing is I'm actually staking the Boo token, that is the Spooky Swap DEX. So I bought about $500 worth of Boo, and I'm staking it within Reaper Farm for about a 160% APY. And I love the team behind Reaper Farm. They're called the Byte Masons, really good group of people. They release a lot of great learning material, so definitely go check them out. I'll put their link in the description. And the next few holdings are pretty low, but just for transparency, Dash, this is actually a position that I have on Webull, which is a traditional investment app, but they do also offer a lot of different cryptocurrencies. So if you are looking for a platform where you can trade both stocks and crypto, definitely go check out Webull. After that is Grape Finance, and personally for me, I'm going to rate this as high risk, just because it is a lower cap coin. It's over on the AVAX network, and it's actually a Tomb fork. So if you don't know, Tomb is a protocol that pegs its own token to Fantom, and Grape is essentially a fork of that, and Grape is pegged to the algorithmic stablecoin MIM. And yes, I know the term algorithmic stablecoin is something that no crypto investor wants to hear right now. But Grape is really cool because they do seem to have a lot to offer. They just introduced their nodes, and it's a fairly cheap entry price. It's about 50 Grape to create one Grape node, and the liquidity pools are offering some pretty decent returns as well. But what I love most about Grape is that they seem to have a pretty good team, and they have a strategy built in place for when Grape is overpeg and for when it's underpeg. And they're pretty good about sharing that with the community. So regardless of what state the market is in, the team makes it pretty clear on which strategy that the community as a whole can use to keep the peg. So far it's been great, but I'm not ready to throw my entire savings account into there. After that, I'm holding just a little bit of Fantom. A majority of my portfolio used to be in Fantom, but I've changed my strategy just slightly. I really do love Fantom, and I am going to buy more of it. But for now, just due to extreme volatility, I did want a portion of my portfolio in a stablecoin. And lastly, I hold just a little bit of Bitcoin. So there's my portfolio, not very pretty. And if you would be willing to share as well, I would love to know how you guys are doing if you are invested in crypto. Has your portfolio performed better than mine? Worse than mine? Let me know what you guys think. I'd be interested to see. Also, if you have any strategies on what to do during a bear market, kind of like we are in now, I would love to hear those as well. So drop a comment down below and let me know. Alright, so let's get into the good stuff. Let's talk about all the crazy things that happened over the past month. Well, first off, I want to talk about a node project that I was in. It was called Atlas Cloud. Long story short, it was a failed project. It turns out that the core developers promised all these things, but in the background, they actually weren't doing anything. And they actually got called out by the moderators and the non-core devs. And basically, there was just a lot of FUD and the project collapsed. But one really cool thing that actually happened from this is that a core team member from another node project called Thor Nodes, he came in after the core developers of Atlas Cloud left, and he distributed the treasury to all the node holders. And I honestly cannot remember how much we got, but I had 2 nodes, and I think I got between $300 and $400 back. So that was pretty awesome. Props to Loki for getting that sorted out. And that was my first project that completely just went away, so that kind of sucked, but hey, it's crypto. You never know what the heck is going to happen. After that, we had a crazy event on the Fantom network. Like I said earlier, I had a majority of my portfolio in Fantom, and then the price plummeted because there was a $40 million liquidation. There was this massive whale who had like over 40 million Fantom. He took out a massive loan, locked up a majority of his money for 4 years, and then due to the price of Fantom going down, the health rate of his portfolio actually dipped below 1. And when that happens, you get partially liquidated. But a positive to come from that is that the Fantom network held up with the stress test. A lot of other networks like Solana have been known to go down, but that did not happen with Fantom. And the last crazy thing to happen was the crash of Luna and stablecoin UST. This was a pretty big event, and I'm sure the news made its way outside of the crypto world. But basically what happened was there was an attack on the stablecoin UST. It depegged from the dollar, and then the price of Luna started to crash significantly, and ultimately it just did a death spiral. There's a lot of speculation on who or what caused the Luna crash, but I am not going to get into that because I honestly just don't know. All I know is it crashed. It sucks for a lot of people. I had UST, about $1,100 of it. I was able to bridge it off the network for about 18 cents on the dollar. But overall, it was not a good situation, and there's a lot of investors out there who lost a lot of money. I just never thought I would see the day where you have a cryptocurrency in the top 10. I mean, at one point, Luna was around $120, and to see it where it is now is pretty sad. But nothing is for certain in the crypto world. You just gotta diversify your holdings and hope for the best. I think there's a lot we can learn from the Luna and UST crash. Number one is that no crypto is too safe or too big to fail. And the other big lesson would be to diversify your holdings. I know a lot of people that put all of their money into Anchor because it was a seemingly safe protocol, 20% APY, pretty low comparative to everything else in DeFi. And ultimately it ended up failing. But good lessons for sure. I think it'll make all of us stronger crypto investors in the long run. With that being said, that's going to wrap up this video. Yeah, it sucks to see these numbers, but it's crypto, it's the Wild West, anything can happen. Short term, I'm not worried at all because my mind is focused on the long term, and I think the industry is headed in the right place. Thank you so much for checking out the video. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. Stay positive, things are looking up, and good luck investing.